Welcome everybody to another episode of Death by Horror. Joining by my good friend, Good Guy Prime. Disco sucks. This is a hint, and all these other things are another hint to what we're going to talk about. If you guys still don't know what we're talking about the movie Three from Hell, which is the final movie from the Firefly trilogy. So, before I get into anything, I just want to show off a couple things. So, I have a mask right here, Rob Zombie mask, of course, the director. How can I not have them, right? Also, this box right here, which when the movie first came out for release on Blu-ray, not so much sure about DVD, Blu-ray for sure, you get the Blu-ray movie, and it comes with an exclusive shirt, which I'm currently wearing, and you could only have found it at Walmart.
Now, before you continue with that, was it only one size?
It was only one size, actually, yeah.
Just XL?
Is it large or XL?
I don't know.
It was either large or XL. I don't know. It fits me, so
yeah.
I'm large.
Well, even if you know if it didn't fit you, you could still frame it.
No, definitely.
It's cool to
and
have.
that's actually my plan after I get it signed by Richard Burke.
Sick.
Yeah.
I like that.
I also want to let you guys know that there is a steelbook, Target exclusive. It's right here. And then, as you can see on my left side, I have the mask that was made for Three from Hell. So you got the clown and the two luchas.
And these are all Trick or Treat Studios masks.
Mm-hmm.
You got them at Halloween Depot.
I did get them at Halloween Depot,
Sick.
so shout out to them.
Yeah.
And this is my favorite collector's piece, which is the Three from Hell vinyl that came out a couple years ago.
I think that's probably the best thing you have.
Yeah, and it has two vinyls, which exclusive artwork. There's a booklet behind the scenes. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I do want to show you guys that when you open it, this is what you guys see. So hopefully you guys like that. I know there's a little glare, excuse me. So here you guys go. So we are about to get into it with the movie review. And again, just like last time, since I am doing it out of my own home, excuse the interrupted noise. I do have a dog and he'll probably be barking like crazy. So we'll go from there. So,
Yeah.
so as you guys know, I like to ask questions, talk about some thoughts, hidden messages, what I think is a message, or what my guest thinks as well. We talk about our likes, dislikes, what could have been done better. You know, overall, I'm going to say it right now, I did enjoy the movie, but before I give it my personal rating, we will talk about it.
Gotcha.
So first things first, Good Guy Prime.
Yes.
What did you like about the movie from what you remember? Because I know you haven't seen it since it first came out.
Yeah, so I saw it right when it came out. So one thing for sure will be seeing the characters come back. We all love seeing the characters back.
Right.
You know, it's been a few years since the last movie, and it's just nice to revisit that that world of
The Firefly family.
the Firefly, yeah, family. So that was cool. I guess that's pretty much it for me on that.
That you enjoyed.
Yeah, because I mean, it was cool seeing the movie. It's my least favorite one, but I just like seeing them again. And if they made another one, I'll still watch it. Just to revisit again. These characters that I love.
Now it's funny that you mentioned that because there is a rumor that a fourth one's being made.
So it's not gonna be a trilogy no more.
You know.
Wow. Okay.
But that it is just a rumor. I don't think anything is set in stone on that. So then, if that's your only thing that you like, then tell me some of the criticism about the movie that you have.
Well, one, it wasn't really their fault, but the lack of losing the third, to me one of the main characters was Captain Spaulding.
Right.
I did like that they did show him a little bit. That was kind of hard, but I mean he does get replaced pretty well. The other guy was awesome. But still, to me, like I love seeing Captain Spaulding.
Right.
So I know it wasn't really planned or anything. Of course, when he passed away, rest in peace. But still, I think maybe if he would have been a little more in the film, it would have probably been more enjoyable.
Right.
I do feel like it wasn't like the other movies just had something extra in it, and this one I just didn't feel that in this movie.
A lot of people say that
Felt kind of rushed. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Do you feel if it was rushed?
And especially if you've seen the first two movies, the just the way the movie starts, from start to finish, you just didn't feel that from the first two with this
The
one.
action packed.
Yeah, just the way I guess the tone of the movie, the way it was going, but yeah, man, that's all I gotta say.
What was some of your favorite scenes?
So, I really like Baby, of course. When well, this is a spoiler. Doesn't matter, right?
No, I mean it's been out for a couple years now. So.
All right. Well, if you hasn't seen it, turn it off now, or I don't give a fuck, whatever. I like when Baby comes out, and she's she kills someone in the front lawn. I thought that was pretty cool. I love her in the Indian, feathered hat and her crossbow. When she starts to go crazy, she's fucking,
assassinating them. One
fuck
by one.
yeah, dude.
And she's strategically assassinating them.
And I think most of my favorite scenes are Baby scenes, because even when she was like in jail and they go in there to fuck her up and she ends up fucking them
Killing
up.
them.
Yeah, I was like, damn. But yeah, I guess when they go in Mexico and they're partying, man, that was pretty funny too. And then of course like that whole fucking scene where all the guys come in trying to kill him and it's just mayhem. People getting killed left and right. That was pretty cool, different. And I love my blood and gore, so that was pretty cool.
Everybody has to love blood and gore.
And then being a wrestling fan too, like seeing like the lucha masks, like how you have over there, that was pretty cool, man.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Well, some of my favorite scenes is one of the ones that when they were about to jump Baby in the cell, they brought two females in, and at first it looked like they were messing her up, and then next thing you know, how it's pausing on some of the images, you realize that she's killing them. And I know one of the officers was giving Baby a hard time, so it was kind of funny to see Baby write in blood, "Fuck you, Greta." You know, and Greta was actually played by Dee Wallace. If anybody cares.
I love Dee Wallace.
Yeah, Dee Wallace is awesome. I do like right off the bat the assassination of all the prison guards, as well as the prison guards and the cellmates by the Midnight Wolfman.
Oh yeah.
And that's when he bailed the Otis out.
Yeah.
And then the one thing that was funny to me though, and kind of dark at the same time, was Baby, because in prison it seemed like she got broken a little bit. She was insane, but a different kind of psycho. She was very depressed. She seemed like she needed comfort at some point, but she still played it strong. She played it hard. I also like the fact that at first it was a hostage situation. Like, hey, we got your family at hostage. This is what you're gonna do. You have no choice. If you don't follow our rules, your friends and family are gonna die, basically. And that's why Baby got bailed out.
Yeah. Well, then that too, revisiting again, the same, I love that Rob Zombie, like, just, the way he makes things, like, so, like, hard to watch, like, the whole, the clown coming in and, them telling him, like, oh, you're gonna live, and then fucking killing him, like, it's just, just crazy.
Well, he was at his last point. They said, if you can make us laugh, we'll let you go. If you don't, you're gonna die. And then as soon as they were about to kill him, he pissed his pants. Then Otis started laughing.
Yeah.
And then they still killed him though.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Which was actually pretty funny.
And also the warden, right? They killed the warden.
They killed the warden, yeah.
Yeah. So. It's just great.
But it does have a nice flow as a trilogy, because if you look from part 1, part 2, and then part 3, part 1 is, okay, they're collecting all these people, killing them, there's monsters underneath the house, etc. They get caught eventually, so now they're on the run, and still wreaking havoc along the way. They're trying to find a safe spot. Yeah, that didn't go too well. So at the end of the movie, they get shot immediately going to the hospital. They get recovered, so they're still alive. All 3 of them are still alive, and now they're in jail. They get busted out of jail. Now they're trying to find somewhere else to go. So it does have a flow to it,
But
so
also,
the story makes sense.
I feel like these kind of movies always have some kind of realism, and I felt like this one went kind of a little away from that, especially them surviving, getting shot at.
And I totally agree. I thought the Devil's Rejects.
Like maybe one of them survives, but all of them survive.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck, man, they must have been on some kind of drug, you know? Dude.
I mean, it's that willpower to live, to wreak havoc, to cause havoc, to keep doing what you do to make you feel good on your own. Because even in the movie, they're like, Baby and Otis, they were talking about like, hey, is this all we do? Is this all there is? And then Otis was comforting her, said, we could still wreak havoc. We could still kill people. We could still make this world more of a miserable place. And she was like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, okay, cool.
Well,
that's all they want to do is just
when they're on the run too, right? Like
people.
She just likes to kill people.
Yeah,
like, that's just what they do. That's
exactly.
all they care about. That's their they can't go a day without killing somebody.
That's their mentality. That's their therapy, if anything. You know, some people go to.
That's their crack, bro.
Yeah. Some people want to listen to music. Some people want to write poetry. They want to kill people. And hey, who are we to say that's wrong?
Yeah. Go nuts, yeah.
You know, another cool thing is I did like Richard Brake's character, who was the Midnight Wolfman. He was just a badass in that movie. Whenever they needed him, he was there.
He had to be, man. I mean,
he held his own.
He's pretty much jumping in for someone else, and he had to be a badass character, or else this movie would have been really terrible.
Yeah.
You know?
He held his own in the movie.
Yeah.
I commend him for that. I like the part, like you said, when they were partying. You know, they all had their different thing, right? So Otis had a threesome.
Yeah, when
when they were in Mexico, Richard Brake was with this other girl. And he was saying, like, I'll take you to Hollywood. And, you know, she was all believing it, too, and whatever. And Baby, you know, she was just a shit face. And then the little guy comes in. He's feeding her rice and beans. And he was explaining to her, this is how life is. This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner for us, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it was after the Days of the Dead party.
I felt bad when they killed that guy.
The
little guy.
Yeah. But he was a really big asset to them because they probably all would have been dead if it wasn't for him. Cause
he gave him the call. Like,
yeah.
Shit's happening.
Yeah.
They acted.
Well, also remember, too, Baby and Midnight Wolfman, they were tied up while Otis was fighting one of the Lucha guys in the fight, and he untied them. And that's how they got free at one point, you know? Started going nuts. What else? Another cool scene, too, is that when they were in Mexico, Baby showed no hesitation when they were doing the throw knife challenge.
Oh,
While the other guys was like, no, you need to drink and then throw. And they're like, I'll show you how to throw. You know, they were basically looking down on her just because she was a female. Yeah, she was the better one out of all of them.
Yeah.
You know, they looked at her as some kind of rookie when she was a pure expert in a knife. If you watch Devil's Rejects, she's the one that tossed that knife faster than a speeding bullet to that girl's chest.
Killed her.
Yeah.
And that's true. She had experience in hitting actual targets.
Yeah.
When you have experience in that, you're not gonna fail. And then these fools are hitting there was like a wooden board, right?
Yeah, hitting board to target.
Yeah, and then she's like, well, I'm used to hitting actual people.
Mm-hmm. she studied it very well, and also so in the movie, Danny Trejo dies, and Richard Brake and Otis is the one that kills Danny Trejo. And when they were going on the community service, Danny Trejo and Bill Moseley's characters, they were in the truck going to the community service, and Otis goes up to him and says, I remember you. Danny Trejo's character goes, well, I don't remember you. And then in the exact words, Otis replies, you will, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And, you know, and as they were killing him, he was like, who are you? Who are you? Just blasted them, which was awesome. There was a nice little tribute to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. As you know, Bill Moseley was in part 2. So, in the woods, there was a couple who went up to them and said, hey, you're one of the guys that they're looking for, call the cops, blah, blah, blah. Richard Brake comes for the rescue again, and takes care of them, shoots them, lets the girl live, right? However, Otis sees her knife, takes it, and he goes, you better hope for your sake that this is sharp. If not, it's going to be one hell of a ride for you. And then he skins her whole face off. And I think that's another tribute to Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, or even the whole franchise. And as well as House of Thousand Corpses, because he did take off that girl's face off.
That's what I was going to say. I think he just loves taking people's faces off.
Yeah, I mean, hey, again, who am I saying that's wrong? That's your thing, that's your thing. There's no judgment here.
And just staple it on the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Collection,
you know. Trophy.
Yeah.
It's a nice little trophy. So that I love that scene too. It was pretty brutal, pretty bloody as well, because you just see the blood just dripping down the poor lady's face. You know, but that's her fault. Like, you should have acted on it better. You know, you see a criminal, at least wound them. You know, shoot the leg.
That's what pisses me off. Oh, I hate when people say shoot the leg. But she had a shotgun.
But see, they wanted the reward, so you had to bring them back alive.
Yeah.
If they were just there with no reward, then yeah, shoot them, kill them, by all means. But if you want the reward, you got to bring them in alive.
Yeah.
That's why I say shoot.
But either way, you have a shotgun. Like, you just keep your distance, and that's it. You know, and if they're gonna come and fuck the reward, man. I mean, if your life's more important, you'll fucking shoot them. You kill them, you kill them. You know, but the whole time, like, you have a shotgun, and then you still get fucking taken out. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, well, you know, situations are different, I guess, and people it's in human nature that people do hesitate.
Well, definitely.
Which was actually
I agree, yeah.
Which was actually the smart thing about this film.
But also, it's like,
it's psychological warfare.
If I was in that person's shoes, you know who these people are. You know they don't just mess around. You know they're bad.
Right.
And what they do, so I wouldn't. Fuck that. I would have probably just been like, have a good day, guys, later.
Yeah. Also, too, Midnight Wolfman's character is the cousin for Otis Driftwood and Baby Firefly. It was also kind of funny, too, when, I don't know if you remember the scene where they get to the hotel and they say, okay, baby, she's going to go out and get a soda. And they say, stay out of trouble. Oh, yeah. She comes back and she's like, I did a thing.
Yeah, she killed that.
Yeah, she killed that guy. And then they had to take off. Like, right from there, go straight to Mexico. Yeah. And then that's when... So they get to Mexico, and then one of the characters there, I guess there's like a mob, and the son realizes that his dad is dead, which is Danny Trejo's character, and the guy's looking for the killer. So when the family gets to Mexico, they go to this owner and says, hey, we need a room, yada, yada, yada. They get a room. Then this guy snitches and says, hey, are you looking for your dad's killer? Because I know where they're at, but it's going to cost you about 10 grand. 10 or 20 grand, something like that. And then the guy just goes, all right, tell me where it is. He tells him, all right, 10, 20 grand, bam, done. The next day, after partying, that's when it goes to hell. That's when they start getting killed, or trying to get killed, actually. Mm-hmm. So, and then the owner of the hotel, he's trying to get in the car, trying to bust out with the cash, gets caught by Otis. Yep. And then what does Otis do best? Kill him. I would have taken the money, though, too. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these guys, they don't really give a fuck about money.
No, they don't care about anything other than killing.
Yeah.
It's literally survival of the fittest.
Well, I think the way they see it is, well, what am I doing with money?
Yeah.
I could just go into that house, kill them, that's my house now. Mm. That's just their mentality, like, they just go and take over shit.
Take over. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, so, almost gonna wrap this up, guys, but I do want to say one of the coolest psychological scene is probably the very ending when they put the main villain in the casket and they're about to burn him alive. And they're just waiting for a moment. Otis is saying, like, no, there's something about in the person's face where they break. And they're just waiting until he actually breaks, and then that's when they set him on fire and alive. Mm-hmm. And they're like, do you know how to do it? And Otis is like, you're acting like I never burned a corpse before. Yeah. He's like, I know how to cook a corpse. Like, leave me alone. Yeah. I fed us. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty funny as hell. I also dig the machete fight between the two. I thought it was awesome. A little disappointed in Otis's part, but I think it's just because he is getting older. You move slower. Like, realistically, you move slower. you're not as strong. But I really thought Otis had that one in the bag without any issues whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the guy was he cut him, and then Otis got him back, and then they were just going at it till they all die.
Pretty much.
You know, so 3 from Hell is my least favorite as well. I give it 7 out of 10. That's about it. What about you?
Give it a 6.
6 out of 10?
6 out of 10, yeah.
6 out of 10? Why is that?
Like I said, it's my least favorite. For me to give a movie a 10, it has to be like, it has to have everything, man. Like, you know, not just characters, storytelling, you know, the plot, you know, of course, the action scenes, and it just has to come together in one, man, to be a great movie. You know, and to give you like a little taste of that is, I have not even 10 movies in my head that I could say that are the 10.
10.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really hard for me to rate a 10. Whenever I rate something like an 8 or a 9, that's probably the highest for me. Like, I guess for an average movie. So a 6, you know, it wasn't, you know, a 5 would be like something I'll say, I would never watch it again. I'll watch it again.
You'll watch it again?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've seen this movie a couple times, but I overall I do enjoy it. But again, it's not my favorite. But I do understand with the editing with Sid Haig being sick and all. I do understand that, you know, we didn't get to see Captain Spaulding either.
Well, at least we got to see him in the beginning.
Yeah, we got to see him in the beginning. I do also want to say one more thing, just one more thing, and we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
The intro of the movie. Okay, when they were bringing him in.
Yeah.
It's funny how they were trying to manipulate the system as well.
Yeah.
To the media, because they were saying like, oh, they think that we did it, but we didn't do anything, you know. And then Otis, and then you have people being interviewed. Some girls are saying, I think Otis is hot, and then some guys are saying like, man, Baby Fire, she has it going on, you know. Captain Spaulding is the man. Then you got other people who are saying they need to be locked up forever, and to manipulate the system like that is also an awesome psychological scenery.
Well,
like,
I mean,
it's awesome.
That's out there though, man. You know, when you watch documentaries of serial killers, there's girls that are just like obsessed with some of these guys, man.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it, whatever you like.
Again, no judgment. Like,
yeah, man. Is that what turns you on?
If your thing is killing people, do it.
Yeah.
You know? No, I'm just kidding, guys. Don't.
It's like,
I'm not kidding. No, but I did want to point that out just because, you know, we never, on a standpoint of view, and I'm not trying to get political or anything, I don't want to go down that route, but
why?
But we do realize that not everything that we see or read is truth. So, of course, there are things that's going to be questioned, and I like how it was brought into that movie, the questions, what's real, what wasn't real, what did people think, yada yada yada. And I mean, some people were just like, it's only 2 or 3 guys, like how can they cause this much havoc, you know, and realistically. And then for them to survive that many gun wounds as well, I mean, like I said, for me a hidden message is that they're being powered by Satan, you know. They're doing the devil's work. I mean, just like Otis said, I am the devil, I'm here to do the devil's work, and that's what they're doing. And the bloodshed is just part of that work. So the more blood that's being shed, the more they're going to stay alive and continue to do what they're doing. That's just my take on what's being brought as a message.
Yeah.
Like I said, I give it a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. That's about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.